Thank you so much. My name is Senator Pam Conducting I represent Plateau North in the National Assembly. So far, I'm not yet 2 years, but the system has reached 2 years. What I will say is what I know, that so far, so good. There are turbulences in some areas, and there are some areas that are smooth already. There are some that are still comatose to move. In fact, I would say some are non-existent. Where we're having battle so far is the system where it will take off from where it started. The new administration got itself entangled in some things that happened in the previous administration. Most of it is the security situation. And we are finding that the economy is from something maybe to somewhere. That's the word I will use. I, as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we have passed through a lot of bills. And also, I participated in one of the budgets. That is 2025. 2024, I was not here. The major challenge this government is passing through is the implementation of the budgets. It is not what we expect as Nigerians. The truth about it is that many contractors are suffering because the money is not there. I don't know what's going on, but what I know is that there are a lot of bottlenecks in the finance section, particularly the Ministry of Finance and its agencies. And one of them that is giving the country headache is the Accountant General Office. This one we have interacted with them and we realize that there are a lot of work to be done. That, and then I know, particularly in the issue of revenues accrued from different agencies, the performance this year, and particularly this administration, is far better. How it is happening, only God can tell. Despite the what we call difficult situations and tariffs that are passing through, but yet there are impressive performances. As I said, what is drawing the government back is the implementation. Another nightmare that this government is passing through is security challenges. Truly speaking, people are not sleeping well. I, per se, from my own zone, it is on daily basis that I get phone calls about Mr. A being killed, a village being ravaged down, so people cannot go home, and so forth, and so on. And if I'm crying about my state, you hear in the National Assembly another state coming up with their own problem. They were attacked. How many people displaced? Houses razed down. Then we begin to imagine when the Senate leadership realizes that almost every day, every state will bring a complaint. The Senate president, in his usual way, just took a decision. We have to invoke a national security summit to address all these things. We cannot continue like this every day. People raising hands for matters of emergency, and we realize that yes, it involves security. So I think this national security summit is a good thing. It is, in fact, I would say, it has been an overdue challenge that we have to pass through so that we can get the best. But this we will know what will happen that day and that period is everybody to address his own problem. Mr. A, what do you want? Mr. B, why? Mr. C, can't you take the challenge? Everything security, government, the government cannot do everything. We have to answer the truth. If we do not get the root cause, particularly those who are orchestrating this madness, we cannot get a solution. And the government gets always confused. Why all the time? The same thing, the same thing, all over the country. Let me tell you an example, like my own state. in my own area. When we interact with some of the people or the victims that are being maybe attacked, displaced, the people that came have sophisticated weapons that even the government doesn't have. That's number one. Number two, they speak a language that's not even known in Nigeria. It's a mixture of other, maybe Latin or French. I mean, and when they get there, they don't care whether you're a Nigerian header or a farmer. They slaughter whoever they come across, including Muslims or Christians. So you know that it is not even a Nigerian problem. Something from somewhere is in charge. And we're joking. Blame games all over. And when it happens to the Christians, they will start blaming the Muslims or the headers. And when it happens to the headers, they will start blaming the Christians or the farmers. That is the joke. But the root challenge is something somewhere wrong, which we have to find out. How can somebody come to your country, he doesn't speak your language? How did he come? In fact, what was the modality that brought him in? And what was the assignment? That is what we have to look for. So this security summit, I think, is the best. We have to say the truth. And if I may say, let's wait for what will happen.
It seems, Senator, I have...
The 9th Senate is different from the 10th Senate.
Okay.
The last administration is different from the present administration. Everybody has his own chess game play, how he knows what to do best. All I'm just trying to tell you the truth about this country is that everybody has his own way of playing his game. Maybe the present president, one-time senator, one-time governor, and now the president, maybe he knows that in his administration, enough is enough. Possibly, that is why I want to start this the security summit. And let's see what he will do. We cannot conclude.
Okay.
Now, the issue of fuel subsidy. I'm a Nigerian. I've passed through many administrations. I'm 63 years old, and I know that by virtue of my age, I have seen some things about different governments. In a typical situation and a typical scenario as we're seeing ourselves, I'm not always happy about Nigerians borrowing. Fuel subsidy, the removal of fuel subsidy to me was a welcome idea. But the question is that, where does the money go? I'm asking, you are asking.
Yes.
So the people in charge will tell us. Because as a lawmaker, I cannot say what the executive is supposed to say. Because they are in charge of the execution of any law in this country. The executive. So they know where the money goes. But I've given you a scenario about the problems we're passing through as regards funds. Funds are stuck in the Ministry of Finance. If the Ministry of Finance does not take the bull by the horn and allow things move, the president will be just joking. Because the best that he can do is let him put his eyes seriously in the Ministry of Finance. Because those are the people that disburse his money. If you disburse money and the money doesn't reach the right place, wow. Something's wrong somewhere. You cannot be said that this is my brother. There's no brother. There's no brother when he wants to kill you. Face it squarely, man. People are complaining, what are you doing here? Like me, when I was working with some of my mates, I'd flag them out because things were not moving. I tell you, go. It's not my fault. I can't be alone. But it's the truth when people are complaining. Find out the people that you keep in certain offices and tell them enough is enough, you are not performing. Don't keep them because you know you are your club or whatever. No, this world is above that. The country will move when you put the right people there. Forget about what we call sectional advantage or what we call it. I call it satisfaction. You want to satisfy some people because you know them people. It can't work. They will not give you the result. I remember in those days when when Nigeria was when the independent, the little we had about it, there are some people like they are widows. These are adults. All these people have nothing for themselves. They don't even have houses. They are perfect. They want A to be A, B to be B. Tinubu is ready to put this country in order. Let him look for his lieutenant and flush them out. Because they are not happy. Because this country, this time around, we want people who will help. As I said, the subsidy would have made us comfortable to an extent that we cannot borrow a dime. It's a shame there are some agencies who will be shocked. They could not even give us the right figures during budgeting. We told some to go back and bring their books. They were distorted information. And it's not Nigeria. That's a different type of human beings. We are working, blaming people coming within the country who we don't know. It's the same thing some people in government here. They don't even know their job. I call it they don't know their job. And if you know their job, why should we be giving us distorted information? Some were told to go away. We in the Senate here were to make laws and checkmate to do the monies we come, we appropriate, and you tell us, you go and do the work. When you tell us, you come and give a report, what do you are talking, you are speaking in tongues. Then it means that you don't do your job. And we expect now some of these ministries should start flushing their staff who don't give them good results. And we can tell the country will go to the better. So this subsidy is something is true. In reality, would have been comfortable. But today, the government is still borrowing. And when they borrow, the money will go to the same people who have been not telling us the truth. The money will fall to their hands. And we still borrow again. But if you give the money, or you find out the rule of where the money they enter, you don't need to borrow again. As far as Nigeria, you don't need to borrow. We have more than enough. Not to borrow.
Now let us look at the Senate now, 2 years, the 10th Senate.
Yeah.
What's your view?
Well,